Okay, this whole like KonMari thing, the whole art of making joy, this kitchen does not bring me much joy. So maybe we should consider getting like all new kitchen stuff. You saw me declutter the kids' room. After 4 kids, one with special needs who has had multiple surgeries and of course homeschooling, and you saw me declutter the playroom and the schoolroom. Do we need this truck? I think Naomi has grown out of this. This thing's pretty beat up too. And it's been 2 months. So what have I been up to now? Well, I've been decluttering and organizing and cleaning and cooking and driving kids places and helping them with school and making videos and being a mom. Well, in this video, I'm gonna share with you my journey and what we're up to next. But most importantly, I hope it encourages you to get in there and clean and organize and declutter your life so you can be that amazing parent that you are and spend that extra time with your family. First of all, I got my husband involved with this. Yep, I did. I got my husband involved. With cleaning.
Oh, the thing behind there, the tracks thing there. That's right.
As you can see, we tackled the office together. Well, he did help. I promise you, he did help. Wait, flip it over. Is there like a year on this? Oh. 1986. Stranger Things. Oh man, this is fun Japanese music. Maybe we should listen to it. I found like a ton of these. Do you remember that smell when you open up the cassette tape? Oh my gosh. If you remember the Madonna Like a Prayer CD, no, the cassette tape, it had like an odor to it. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Here's a little secret. For a summer, I hung out with a friend of mine who was a friend with Nick Carter, and the 3 of us would hang out. And this cassette tape has us on it. So I kind of want to keep this one. And no, it's mine. Nobody can have it. You know Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys? I think he's still around. I should probably like look him up and see what he's up to. I don't think I would ever use these again. I could just pick up a kid. It's not perfect, but it's so much better. This is actually gonna get mailed. I actually have an empty shelf. I know we still have a lot to work on, but it feels cleaner. I have an empty shellfish, but I did put their helmets in here because it seems like they run in here, grab them from here. I don't know, it just seems like it's just gonna work. I have a shelf that's empty. Look, empty. This is scrap paper. This is one of my science notebooks, and then some of the stuff I'm working on, my research. There's a corner with a printer on it and no boxes. Like I mentioned in my previous video, I was a minimalist. I was a minimalist for 10 years, and then I got married. He was not a minimalist. And then I forgot that I was a minimalist for 10 years. And thanks to this video, I remembered I was a minimalist. You can check her out later. Watch this one first, all the way. And then give me a thumbs up. So because of that, I decided to start decluttering, and I found a lot of stuff. Today, I'm gonna clean out our kitchen. Start cleaning out our kitchen. It's a complete disaster. I've been afraid to get rid of stuff, but I'm gonna start it today. And I think a lot of it was because I didn't really want to touch my husband's stuff that he carried on from 10 years ago, which basically meant we had a lot of lids and plasticware that were melted and utensils, multiple pots. It was kind of ridiculous. Go ahead, try to close it. We gotta rearrange it again. But then I started to get rid of things. And you know that weight that they talk about that lifts when you start doing that? Yeah, that's a real thing. We had 3, I'm not kidding, 3 sets of dinner plates, ware, bowls, and sets. I don't even know where they came from except for one, because I put that on my registry for a wedding because guess what? I didn't have any because I was a minimalist. But now we have 3. I convinced my husband to get rid of 1, so now we have 2 left. I'm working on that. We don't need 16 salad plates and 14 little tiny plates. I mean, he says that there's plenty of room. We should just keep them there. What's the point? But you know what I could do is I could get 6 small salad plates and 6 smaller salad plates, stack them together, move everything up, and then I have a whole empty shelf. One reason I decided to go on this minimalist journey was for my kids. There was a lot of clutter around my house that I was just choosing to ignore, and I did get to this point where I could not function as a mom. I didn't have a place to set things, and when it was time to do schoolwork, it was like just find an open spot, even if you're doing schoolwork on top of the cutting board. Everything was in the way. I was angry, I was impatient, I was frustrated, and I couldn't function and be that parent that I wanted to be and educate my child. And most importantly, I was teaching my kids bad habits. Not to mention my daughter, who goes through everything in the house. I mean, she's a toddler now, but as she gets older, she's gonna start pulling things down, and I don't want things laying around for her to pull down. And what if I have a pot on the stove that I left on the stove because I didn't have a spot to clean? What if she grabs that? I mean, I can't deal with this anymore. I need ease as I work in my home. I need to find things fast. I need space. I do a lot during the day. So what's my next task? Well, I'm going to declutter the pantry and the refrigerator because I know we've got some things that are expired. And then I'm gonna start all over again. Because now that I know what's in my house, I start to recognize that I'm not using that stuff that I was so sentimental to. And guess what? It is time to get rid of it. This is not a journey, this is a lifestyle change, and I have lots and lots of battles that I have to face, one of which is I'm not living alone in this house. I have a husband, I have 4 kids who have their own individual stuff. But I do have control over my stuff, and my stuff is going to be decluttered and organized and clean, and who knows, it may just rub off on them. And most importantly, it is a marathon, not a race. So if you haven't seen my first declutter video, go ahead and check it out right there. I'll put another declutter video right here. And since this channel is about raising exceptional children and being that amazing parent that you are, I'll stick one of those fun videos, my favorite one, up there. I will see you guys in our next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful year.